It's Club Grayskull exclusive. Or is it? Hey guys, Jay! Welcome back to the channel. So guys, earlier this afternoon, I got an email from Mattel Creations and it announced the newest Club Grayskull release for 2025. I think we can figure out pretty easily who this is, and it looks like there's going to be a Club Grayskull exclusive. Or is it? I want to take a deep dive into this because there are some questions going around right now about the exclusivity of Club Grayskull and whether or not this is an exclusive or if it's just a timed release. Let's take a deep dive into this and see exactly what was announced on MattelCreations.com, because this one, it's a bit puzzling. Let's have a look. Alright, so Mattel's been doing some crazy things lately. I mean, we just had the announcement of the new Battle for Eternia 4-pack, which is now available on places like Entertainment Earth. I have a link in the description below where you guys can pick this up. It helps out the channel, and I really do appreciate it. That was a huge surprise over the weekend, announced on a Saturday of all things, as well as She-Ra from the new Eternia collection, who sold out pretty fast on Entertainment Earth, and we have no idea if she's going to be coming back in stock at all. But the announcement of the Battle of Eternia action figure 4-pack was really crazy. As a matter of fact, today we found out even more exciting details from Manuel Eduardo Caritas, Roy Juarez on Instagram, and I'm going to go through these on a separate video, but suffice to say, we're now finding out even more about the lore of these incredible characters and some of the wonderful artwork that's associated with them. Huge shout out to all the design team at Mattel. You guys are just killing it. But returning to the story for today, it looks like the second Club Grayskull exclusive is about to hit us in 6 days, 22 hours, and 37 minutes. This email came to us courtesy of Mattel Creations with a teaser image and a statement lurking in the shadows. And the description here, to give us a bit of a tease, tells us that Club Grayskull members who could possibly be on our She-Ra Princess of Power 40th anniversary guest list, whoever it is, you get early access when they're revealed. That's freaking crazy. And of course, if you click on join the conversation, everybody is now speculating as to what this could possibly be. They did want to tell you that on March 24th at 9 a.m. Pacific time through March 25th at 8 a.m. Pacific time, only Club Grayskull members can buy this figure at MattelCreations.com while supplies last. Limited to 1 per member? What? Really? Okay, that's interesting, as Hero had no limit whatsoever, as we found out during the live stream that I did during that event. During this early access window, limited units will be made available to Club Grayskull members, and then afterwards, beginning on March 25th at 9 a.m. Pacific time, the figure will be available to the general public. So, this is an interesting sticking point, but we're going to get to that a little later in the episode. So, just by taking a look at this teaser image, it's kind of hard to tell what figure this is. So I went to Photoshop and did a little bit of brightening up, taking a little bit more on the levels, and just by what we can see, it definitely looks like a purple character with some great ab work. But on the discussion board with these additional photos, I think it's pretty evident who this is probably going to be. As a good friend, Mr. Home Arcade, who goes by Eternia Guy on Instagram, I had to actually ask Mr. Home Arcade where his Instagram page was, because he's changed up the name and I didn't understand why. So guys, if you've been looking for Mr. Home Arcade and trying to follow him on Instagram, his name is now Eternia Guy. Scrolling down from the top, you can see some amazing acquisitions he's had, including the one figure we're about to start talking about. That's right, everybody. It's Vultak. Yes, the flying zookeeper of the evil horde, and he looks absolutely amazing. And it's pretty evident looking at the photos. We can see this one here is pretty much exactly the same as the teaser photo, which you can see here, with the little robot companions of Vultak. The wing portion we can see here, which is also a bit of a tease, is easily recognized as this, being showcased by Mr. Home Arcade Eternia Guy on Instagram. There we can see the wings themselves. Along with these feet, you can see that they have some talons right here at the bottom. And coming back to Eternia Guy, you can see right there the exact same feet. So I think we can call this, guys. You can even see his feathery neck piece is pretty much right here when you brighten up the image. I think we've been able to identify Vultak pretty easily here, and he does look freaking amazing. I love the fact that this character is coming into the cartoon collection for the Princess of Power. Look at those beady little eyes. They're so reminiscent of the character, the red nature of them, the tiny little irises right in the center. He's got that crazy looking sinister smile, those Vulcan-like ears. His chest is a standard Master Universe buck, but he's got that tempo right on the front of the Horde insignia, and his chest is completely covered in black. He has a pretty standard Master Universe Cartoon Collection belt along with the furry loincloth, and the main differences here are, of course, the little feathery wrist guards, as well as the feathery neck piece, and of course, his taloned feet. But of course, the one signature feature here has got to be those freaking gigantic wings They are incredible. Oh my god, they look absolutely stunning. They have quite the wingspan, as you can see here, and really are impressive for this character overall. I love the way they're articulated in such a way that they can be moved out of the way. And of course, we can't forget that he comes with an additional accessory, those little robots that look really cool and are very reminiscent of the way they appeared in that particular episode of She-Ra, Zookeeper. Mr. Home Arcade, Eternia Guy on Instagram, took the time to lay out all of the accessories that come with Vultak. It comes with the figure himself, the robot companion, all of his feathery accessories, the wristlets, the collar, and of course, his gigantic wings, which are signature to the character. Turning him around, we can actually see the ports which are used to attach the wings on his back. And as illustrated here, it's pretty evident that these wings actually came from the Turtles of Grayskull April O'Neil Sorceress figure. But you can also attach a wing set like those that came with Hordak of Turtles of Grayskull. Here we have a direct comparison of the custom version of Vultak Mr. Home Arcade and his sculptor created, and they look absolutely amazing together. And having him squaring off against She-Ra, man, these guys really do look freaking incredible. I want to give a huge shout out to Eternia Guy on Instagram, Mr. Home Arcade on YouTube. Guys, definitely follow Mr. Home Arcade, Eternia Guy on his Instagram page. He's always giving us these incredible first looks at figures as soon as he receives them. And I gotta tell you, this was an incredible look at Vultak, the newest member of the Club Grayskull early releases. And that's something I want to talk about really quickly before we end the episode, guys. So it's interesting that in the discussions on Mattel Creations discussion board, CM Dom, who is an administrator on the board, it says that this is an early access window. Limited units will be available to Club Grayskull members. But then, beginning March 25th at 9 a.m. Pacific time, the figure will be available to the general public. I'm not really sure how I feel about this. Originally, when they sort of announced Club Grayskull, to me, it felt like being part of an exclusive club. You know, we have clubs like Barbie Club 59, the Redline Club, the Monster High Fan Club. And then, of course, now we have Club Grayskull. And this felt a little bit more exclusive to me. But now we're finding out that these figures are not actually exclusive. They're more like early access figures. At least according to CM Dom's post here on the Mattel Creations discussion board. If you actually look at the Club Grayskull digital membership description, it actually says here specifically that the annual Club Grayskull digital membership allows any Master Universe fan to take advantage of these epic benefits. Exclusive items. Get the opportunity to purchase members-only releases. This is definitely not a members-only release. This is going to reach the public eventually with a one-day purchase window for Club Grayskull members. And that actually is highlighted here in the priority window. Grab select items of Mattel before the general public. And I think that that's where that's highlighted. This figure falls under this particular category. The voting privileges, have your say in member-only polls and other voting moments. Haven't really seen any of that yet. Exclusive content, enjoy member-only news, previews, and interviews. Still haven't seen too much of that. Unless you count this email as an early access, does that mean that the general public never received this email if you are on the mailing list for Mattel Creations? And finally, collect and community, connect with fans who share your passions. That is obviously what this is here for the discussion board on MattelCreations.com. Having said that, it does appear though that Hero is still a members only figure, as stated here on the pre-order page. So taking that into consideration, does that fall into the exclusive items, which are only available for member-only releases? I guess time will tell, as there's a lot of speculation that Hero will eventually become available to the general public at some point, which if it does become available to the general public would be very disingenuous indeed, as it states right here on this badge that this is for members only. It's very evident right now that Vultak is one of those priority window items, as highlighted here by CM Dom. But that brings up a question which is consistently being asked by collectors of Masters of the Universe, including good friend of the channel, Pixel Dan, the OG Master Universe collector, who's also questioning Club Grayskull. Is it worth it? And that seems to be the overlying question for many fans going forward, as the price for Club Grayskull, again, is only about $10 a year, is less than $1 a month, giving you frontline access, and so far, at least one exclusive item in Hero. But there are a lot of people right now asking the same question, whether or not Club Grayskull is worth it, and what new exclusive figures for members only will be available in the near future. But we do know, as of right now, that Vultak is the next Club Grayskull early access figure, will become available on March 24th at 9 a.m. Pacific time for early access to Club Grayskull members, and then becoming fully available beginning March 25th at 9 a.m. Pacific time for the general public. Master Universe continues to go strong in 2025, guys, and is also making a lot of fans wonder, is it worth it to get a Club Grayskull membership? I'm not really 100% sure what's going on here. It's pretty evident right now, at least according to an administrator on the Mattel Creations board, that this is not exclusive. This is actually a timed release. You get a day ahead of time as a Club Grayskull member, but there are only limited quantities on this early access release. And Hero still appears to be a members-only exclusive, but then there's a lot of questions about that and how long that is going to last if that's actually a thing. A lot of questions going on with Mattel Creations and how they're handling this Club Grayskull situation. And until we actually get some definitive answers, this Club Grayskull exclusivity, early access, the type of benefits that you actually get from Club Grayskull are in question at this point. And yeah, I'm really kind of confused as to what exactly is happening. The one thing we do know, at least according to these teaser images, is that Vultak will be the exclusive for this next release in about 6 days on March 24th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Let me know in the comment section below, guys. Are you as perplexed as I am about the whole Club Grayskull situation? What exactly is a exclusive? What exactly is a timed edition? And whether or not this was actually clear to you guys exactly what this is, or if it's still just kind of up in the air and we're all kind of perplexed as to what's actually happening. Let me know those comments in the comment section below, guys. Toyness continues, everybody, in 2024. As a matter of fact, the surprise release on Saturday for the Battle of Eternia has people wondering who these characters are and whether or not they should even collect them. As a matter of fact, I have a new video coming up very soon about that particular lore, and you guys can watch the episode right here when it pops up. I'll see you guys there. I hope you're all doing well, staying safe. And as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. Good journey, everybody. Happy 40th anniversary, Shira. Geek proud.